Hey folks, welcome to another training video. Let's look at the Quick Publish Gadget, which, you guessed it, lets you publish files quickly when you're doing rapid iterations when publishing pages or files. Let's log into OU Campus and see how it streamlines the publishing process. When I'm editing a page, I can open up my Gadget sidebar and then open up the Quick Publish Gadget. Note that the gadget will only appear for me when I am either in the WYSIWYG or source editor. Simply viewing the page or being inside page parameters or multi-edit won't result in the gadget appearing. You'll see a few things right off the bat. First of all, I can choose my production target if I have multiple targets set up. If I only have a single production target set up for my site, then I just won't see that drop-down menu appear. Next, we have a panel where I can enter in a version description for my forthcoming version that's created when I publish using the gadget. This is a piece of functionality that stays the same. You will still have a new version created every time you publish, even when you use the gadget. Finally, we just have a button that will save my changes to the staging server and publish them out to my defined publish target, all in one fell swoop. This already simplifies the publish process because normally I'd have to make at least 2 mouse clicks to publish a file, either first hitting save in the WYSIWYG then publish, or hitting publish without saving first, which brings up a dialog asking me if I want to save my unsaved changes. So that's pretty neat already, but there are some other benefits to this gadget as well. First of all, when using the gadget, I can publish without exiting the WYSIWYG editor. Say I want to iterate changes really quickly. I can simply make my changes, enter in the version description, click Save and Publish in my gadget, and the changes are immediately pushed to production, and then I can immediately edit the file some more instead of having to re-enter the editable region or re-check out the page. For some examples, I can add a sentence of text here on my page, then I will publish it. Then we'll view that in a new window. And then I'll just add another sentence here really quickly. Go ahead and publish that one in the gadget again, and view it again. As we can see, publishing versions is super quick and much more click efficient when you're using the gadget as opposed to the standard method. The second key benefit to using the gadget is that it supersedes any sort of final checks that are enforced for the page or for the site. The entire time that I've been using the gadget to publish, I've actually had final check enforced on my site. Take a look at the normal publish process. If I click the publish button, then the final checks are running, and I'm not even allowed to publish the page because I have some misspelled words on it. But as we've already seen, I've published the page through the gadget several times with no issue. So, with this knowledge, I'm sure some administrators might be freaking out here since, of course, you all have implemented those final check restrictions for a reason. This, I feel, is an important time to remind people that for each gadget, you can change the access group to control who can use the gadget. To do this, let's go to the Setup menu, navigate to Gadgets, and then click on the Quick Publish Gadget. I recommend changing the access group to administrators only if you have final check enforced or you want to make sure that your lower level users won't abuse the privilege of this gadget. Once that's done, that means only level 9 and 10 users will be able to use the gadget, and hopefully those users are people you trust enough to do things the right way and not just use the gadget to get around final check enforcements. So, with that, when's the best time to use this gadget? As I've already mentioned a little bit, if you're making many incremental changes to a web page all in quick succession, this gadget is great because it speeds up the process, plain and simple. Where I really think this gadget shines, though, is if you're working in development and you need to edit files that need to be published in order for changes to appear or for you to really test things whatsoever. This could be something like CSS or maybe a PHP script that I need to push to production in order to test out new functionality. When I'm adding a new CSS class and want to publish changes out quickly, instead of being kicked out of the source editor every time I add a new selector or property, I turn to the Quick Publish Gadget. The gadget is doubly helpful in this situation if I have final check turned on for my site, because then I don't have to wait for link check to finish before I click the normal publish button, which makes my process, even that much quicker. With that, we've covered all you need to know about the Quick Publish gadget. Here's a recap of what I've discussed. First, the gadget appears in the sidebar only when editing a page through the WYSIWYG editor or the source editor. You can use the gadget to save changes to staging and published pages in a single click, complete with publish target and description. Publishing via the gadget will avoid any enforced final checks that would otherwise automatically run when the normal publish button is clicked. Remember, you can always limit access to this gadget, or any others for that matter, by changing the access group from within the gadget screen in the setup menu. That wraps up yet another gadget in OU Campus, everybody. Thanks for watching.